Okay, so welcome back everyone. Today you are going to learn how to draw a scene from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, the book. So we have the mouse sitting on a block of cheese, and then over here we have a cookie. So this will be a fun one. I'm excited to show you this. There's some interesting shapes going on here. So we are going to get started. So all you need is a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen, or a marker. I recommend a pencil always so that you can erase if you need to. And I'll be using a marker so that you can see everything that I'm doing. So the first thing you'll want to do is have your paper horizontal on the table. So we want to be able to fit the whole scene, the mouse over here with the cheese and the cookie over here. So this is the best way to do that. The next thing that you're going to do is you are going to draw your frame. So to do that, you're going to hold your paper with your opposite hand and then pull your writing utensil down as neatly as you can to make the straightest line that you can. So just try your best on this. I'll rotate my paper just because that helps me a little bit as I go. And I just kind of like to pull my marker straight towards me. Notice I'm not going really fast, I'm taking my time. Just pull it. Okay, last side. Okay, so paper should be this way. I'm gonna write my name at the bottom right. So Miss Curtis. And then your homeroom number. So for me, I'll put 217. You will put whatever your homeroom number is there. Okay, so the first step is we are going to draw the mouse over here in this area, so on the left side of the paper. The mouse's body, as well as the head, is actually a teardrop shape or like a raindrop, okay? So I'm going to start with a shape that it's at the top right here. It's gonna look like a raindrop. It's gonna curve at the bottom and come back up. So do you see how that kind of looks like a raindrop? You have a little point at the top, and then it comes out and curves around. And then you're gonna do the same shape, but it's going to, the curve part is gonna be right here, and then the point is going to land over here. So watch me first. So I'm gonna start right here. I'm going to make a curve right where, so I made a curve right here, right at the top of this shape right here. And then it's going to come out and make a point right here, just like so. So teardrop there, or again, the raindrop, so this way and then this way. So it curves and then comes to a point, okay? Now those are probably the two most difficult shapes that you're gonna make throughout this whole lesson, honestly. So take your time with those, okay? All right, the next step is we are gonna make two circle shapes for ears. So this is actually where the nose is gonna be. So watch me first. I'm going to make a circle shape at the top, on top of this shape, and then one on the left side. And you can already see that this mouse is starting to come together, so that's really exciting. Okay. The next step is to make the nose. So I'm going to draw a curve, a small curve right here. And then I'm gonna fill it in. So this mouse has a dark nose right there. How about some whiskers? Maybe 1, 2, 3 lines coming off, and 3 at the bottom as well. And then 2 dots for eyes on the head. Okay, the next step would be, let's give our mouse some feet. So I'm going to simply draw a little foot coming out to the right, so it's a curvy looking shape, and one to the left. And then I'm gonna fill those feet in. You don't have to, you can always color them after if you want. And then we're gonna give these little curves for hands. So watch right here, I'm gonna do one. It's like a U shape, the letter U, 2. The next step would be to give a nice curvy, curly looking tail. So I'm gonna curve and make a few swooping curls for my mouse. And you can do as much as you'd like. Cool, so we already have our mouse on the paper, good job. The next step is let's have this mouse sitting on a piece of cheese. So how do you draw that? Well, on the left side of the mouse character, I'm going to draw a diagonal line that just comes straight out from the side of the body. And then on the right side, the same thing. I'm gonna draw, this one's gonna be a little longer. Another diagonal line. The next step would be, let's connect this. So now it looks like the mouse is sitting on this triangular looking shape, okay? So to make this piece of cheese 3D, we have to bring it down a little bit. So I'm gonna do a straight line coming down here, a straight line on this edge coming down over here, and then let's connect this across. And just like that, now we have a 3D looking piece of cheese, or a wedge. So let's add some holes to our cheese because we know mice really love cheese, especially Swiss cheese. We can do different sizes, so smaller circles, even smaller circles. We can even have a circle look as though it's going off the side. So I could do a curve that starts here and then stops. So that's kind of neat. I'll do one over here as well. And maybe one in between. Cool. So there we have our piece of cheese that they're sitting on. The next step would be to make a horizon line or a grounding line. So here, I'm just gonna have a line go straight across where the cheese is, but we're not gonna draw it through the cheese because it's in the background, so this is in the front. So watch me first. I'm going to start over here, and at this edge of the cheese, I'm just gonna draw a straight line going to the very edge of the frame, and then I'm going to kind of just use my finger to predict where this line is going to appear on the other side. So right there looks about right. Okay. Now the last thing that we want to do is make that cookie. So we're going to put a cookie right up here. You can put it down at the bottom if you want, but I'm just going to simply make the shape up here. Now a cookie has irregular edges, meaning that it's not a perfect circle, so it's got some curves and flows to it. So I'm going to just draw a curvy looking shape for my cookie. And then this cookie is gonna have chocolate chips. And these chocolate chips have melted in all different directions. So I'm gonna have some different strange oblong-y looking shapes, and you can have fun drawing this however you like. I personally love chocolate chips in my cookies. It's one of my favorite cookies. Okay, so it should look something like this. So once you've completed that, you've finished the picture, and you can now add color. So you can decide how you want to color this entire image, and I will show you how I'm going to color mine. Okay, so I finished coloring this in. I could do something in the ground or the background if I wanted to. So if you want to get creative and do that, that'd be great. And here you can see the cookie. I actually used color pencil and I did it lightly around the cookie, and then I colored in and pressed harder to make the chocolate chips darker. I used marker here, and I used a black color pencil, but pressed lightly to make a gray look for my little mouse. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I look forward to seeing your projects.